Guess it's really never too late to find a new home. Took a long time to find her, even longer to let her go. The good days were the best days I've ever known. And the hard times could be rocky, but they were better than being alone. Guess it's never too late to find a new home.
It's 10:30, Mike. You're late.
For what?
Okay. All right. Back when we had winners, I was afraid of losing you to the competition. 5 times you won the All-American Futurity, and every goddamn time I thought, oh, I won't be able to keep Mike. Somebody's gonna grab him. But that was a long time ago, wasn't it? Yeah. That was before the accident. Before the pills. Before the booze. You know what I got out there in that barn now? A string of second-rate horses. Kind of like my trainer, isn't it? I'm not afraid of losing you to anybody now. You're a loss to no one. It's time for new blood.
Yeah, I can see that.
And you know what you're late for?
What?
Clearing out your locker. Why don't you do that on the way out? You gonna say anything?
No. I was just gonna say, Howard, I've always thought of you as a small, weak, and gutless man. But you know, there's no reason to be rude.
Welcome to the show.
All right. This is Serve.
Kevin.
Jace.
Hey, welcome to 15 Minutes of Poverty. This is an emergency podcast that had to happen because I watched a movie and then I forced these 2 other poor bastards to watch it because it had to be talked about. I had to talk about it. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I took notes. It's so good.
Exactly. Kevin did the thing that I usually do and he never does.
Yeah.
So you know how a movie could be bad and it's so bad it turns good again?
Exactly.
This is the complete opposite. This is so bad it stayed bad.
It stayed bad.
There's nothing redeemable about
But I just couldn't stop laughing, dude. Like 10 minutes into it. Okay, let's just start.
I got angry. Man. Can I give you my alternate title of the movie?
Okay,
Yes.
I was about to. That's
please.
where I was going to start. I was going to start with just the title, because just the title itself is already fucking stupid, right?
Oh yeah.
So we're talking about possibly the crowning achievement of Clint Eastwood's career in film and cinema, Cry Macho, that is on HBO Max and select theaters.
AKA Cowboy Fever Dream, or The Old Man Who Couldn't Stop Lying.
Yes, yeah. Like the name itself, Cry Macho, is like I was telling Jay. Like it's either there's two things that I was thinking about. Like either one, it was an AI that was only allowed to watch crappy 80s action movies. Like that's the only frame of reference, and that was the title it came up with. Or if they asked me to make a parody movie about Clint Eastwood movies, I would call it Cry Macho. You know what I mean?
There was also a third alternate title. Mexico and How I Beat It.
Exactly, dude. Yes. We'll get to that because that's very important. That was one of the key points of the fucking movie.
It really was.
How about Dementia Rooster or Dementia Cock, bro? That
Dementia Cock.
that was rough because it really felt like that story that your grandpa tells you that has no point. Because please consider this. This had to be written, right? How many times do you fucking think Clint Eastwood wrote in the script and then they stopped somewhere?
No.
Consider that.
Like,
please
did you
consider
see
that.
who wrote it?
Oh, was that not him?
No.
Did he not write
People
this?
other than Clint Eastwood.
Well, no, he didn't write it. It's like a movie that was like it had been written like since the 70s, and he just took it up because he was like, I'm fucking Clint Eastwood, and I do cool shit like talk to an empty chair at the Republican National Convention and shit like that. You know what I mean?
I pretend my finger's a gun, but in a good movie.
Wait. Okay. So I forget what comedian mentioned this, but he says that when Clint Eastwood is directing a thing, or when he's in a thing, right, in a movie, they'll be like, oh, can I take that again? You know, I didn't feel very comfortable with that. Clint Eastwood would be like, you want to waste everybody's time?
Yeah.
One take, that's it.
No, he does 2 takes, famously. He just does 2 takes,
Okay.
that's it. And see, no jaló ni modo.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened the whole movie.
The whole movie, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The
No, for
acting
real
was
though,
terrible.
I was writing when he was being all tough. I couldn't help myself. I typed Clint Beastwood. Because I'm sure that's how he thinks he's,
Dude, he's the coolest motherfucker. Let's start at the
His
beginning.
midlife crisis was last more than half his life.
Like, okay, so like just from like
then,
the onset, right? Like the very beginning, so we can have like some kind of like flow. Like it opens, the movie opens, and it's some fucking like country song, and he's driving to work, right? And he gets to work, and Dwight Yoakam, of all fucking people, right?
Wait, that was Dwight Yoakam?
Yeah, that was fucking Dwight Yoakam, dude. And
stick to singing, you ugly fuck.
dude, he looks like a fucking taquache in this movie.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, for real. He almost looked as bad as the 4,000-year-old fucking Clint Eastwood like membrane that's left. That's all that's left, right?
Did you see his hands? Wait, they look like duck feet.
Dude, his entire body is just one giant liver spot. You know what I mean?
I didn't think ghosts existed till now.
Dude,
Bro,
he looked ghastly.
Have you seen Asian people eat rice with the fucking like fucking weird white rooster hands that they chop off?
That's what. Yeah,
and that's what his hands look like, bro.
He's a walking boiled chicken.
When you said rice, I thought, I hope he never falls on a grain of rice. It'll go right to him.
Dude, man.
Yeah, you'll get stabbed.
Like a sheet of paper. Just.
He was so fragile in this movie.
It was
so,
crazy.
like, it opens up, right?
Mm-hmm.
He shows up to work. Dwight Yoakam's like, you suck ass. I should have gotten rid of you fucking years ago. You're an old piece of shit.
We need younger talent.
Exactly. And Clint Eastwood's like, all right. And then fucking Dwight Yoakam's like, aren't you going to say anything? And Clint Eastwood's like, I was going to say you're a fucking pussy, but I don't have to be rude or some shit, right? Like, he's like,
why would I say that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no need to be rude, but I've always thought you were a bitch-made motherfucker. And he leaves, right? Because he's a boss. And then...
So he just got fired.
Like, yeah, he gets fired. And then, like, it just cuts to...
No consequences later.
Yeah, exactly. A year later, no content, no context. Fucking Dwight Yoakam is in his house, and his house is brown and dark, right? Like real musty. It has to be, right? It probably smells.
It was what's that movie? Cars with Doc Hudson.
Dude,
you know,
exactly.
that shack.
Yeah.
He lives in that shack, like with all the trophies.
Exactly.
And shit.
He is Doc Hudson in real life.
No, what it made me think of is like he stole all those medals, like the gopher from Caddyshack, and he is the gopher from Caddyshack. He lives underground, and that's why it looks like that.
It's very brown and dark, And fucking Dwight Yoakam's there, and he's all like, "Hey man, I know that like I told you were a senile old piece of shit that was worthless and couldn't do anything anymore. But I need you to go rescue my son from Mexico, and you're the only guy to do it." Right?
The scariest place on
earth,
Mexico.
Also, it's a period piece, right? It starts. It's during the 1980s, inexplicably.
You know why? Because he would have got chopped up immediately if it was any time near now.
You think so? Because I'm assuming it would be.
I think the cartel would have got a hold of him and been like, "Hey, chop him up."
Yeah.
That's the end of the movie.
That's the end of the. That's like 10 minutes in, right? Hey, chop him up.
It wouldn't have been Cry Macho. It would have been like Gacho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's fucked up. You know?
So he shows up and it's very funny. There's like a line there that made me crack up.
You owe me, and he's like, yeah, I owe
like
you.
Before that,
like
it took that was funny. Also, it took no convincing, right? And before that though, he's all like,
"Oh, we want me to go down there and kidnap him, bring him out of there."
It's not kidnapping if he's your kid.
It isn't my kid, so I don't think he'll go with me in the first place.
Yes, he would. He'll listen to you, Mike. I know he will. He'll know the minute he sees you, you're a real cowboy. He'll listen to you. Tell him about the house. Tell him he's going to have the run of the whole ranch. He's going to have his own horse. Tell him that. It's every boy's dream.
It's got to be you, because he's going to look at you. He'll believe you. You're a real-life cowboy, man.
You're a real-life cowboy.
Yeah. God, that was pathetic.
C'est my mom.
You know what's worse? It worked.
Yeah, because he's all like,
because he sucked him off, bro. That's what Clint Eastwood wants, you know.
Because that stupid beaner was like, "It is real cowboy."
Yeah.
Oh no, bro! Like, can I say you're a ranch hand? He asks him like it's one of the most amazing, bro.
Yeah,
ranch hand sucks, bro.
Not only
that's like the worst.
Not only does it suck, but he asks him while he's surrounded by ranch hands in Mexico. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's not a hard job to get. Show up to a ranch, say, "I'm poor and I need help."
Yeah, dude. Like,
that's it. You're a ranch hand immediately.
It's not only the difficulty, right, of obtaining the job. It's that he lives in Mexico. Like, being a cowboy originated there. That's where they come from. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
that's who taught the white people to pretend to do
Exactly. It's very. I mean, you could make the argument that the kid's from Mexico City, which is another interesting point that we'll get to eventually.
Because it looked like Mexico City for real.
It looked like Mexico City in like the 1800s or something. You know?
It looks like Las Milpas, bro, where I live. What the fuck?
It looks like McAllen, which is sad.
Like a bad neighborhood in McAllen. Yeah.
Yeah, like
it looks like a good neighborhood here in Las Milpas, bro.
It looked like McAllen towards Los Canales.
They filmed it across the street.
Yeah, no, for real. It looked like McAllen with like a little bit more dirt. That's it.
Yeah, a little, very little.
Slightest amount more.
Yeah.
Like they just dirtied up a street.
Yeah. So then, right? Like he's like, fucking Dwight Yoakam is telling him how much he would believe him, and then he's like, I could have like shit canned you after your wife died. You know what I mean? But I didn't, so you owe me. And then fucking Clint Eastwood's like, yeah. I owe you.
I do owe you. I owe you that.
And he sounds like fucking.
You're not doing the voice right. He sounds like a ghoul from Fallout. You gotta go, yeah, I do owe you.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty good.
Fucking awful.
That's good. That's a good act. That's a good Clint Eastwood.
I was doing a Fallout ghoul. I don't know what you're talking about. They're the same fucking thing.
Yeah, there you go. And then, so then Dwight Yoakam's like, here's some money for lodging, quite a bit. And I like that he says to him, it's quite a bit of money for lodging and travel expenses. And then he goes, cool, well, here I go. And then like he's driving and then he sleeps outside in the desert. You know what I mean? That would have killed him already. And that's another through line in this movie. Every other thing this man does should kill him. But it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
So
like a coyote should have
just
showed
fucking
up and
a vulture.
Food?
Yeah,
you would have pissed on him, and he would have died of fucking hypothermia,
dude.
Like he wouldn't have eaten that. What the fuck are you gonna eat?
That's true.
Like Clint Eastwood is nothing. He's dust.
Dogs
You'll bite and you'll get thirsty.
Dogs love bones.
That's true. They do.
This
love
is like
bones.
dust.
Yeah, he's like a. But then again, I don't know, man. Like, you know how they say like that it would have to be like a raw bone, right? Because if you cook a bone, they're brittle and they shard, and then it tears up their insides. That would be Kevin. I'm sorry. That would be fucking Clint Eastwood's bones. They're boiled already. They've been cooked with life.
They've been bleached by the sun.
Exactly. So
because his skin is see through.
He would not be able. That dog. It would kill the dog. You know what I mean?
But let's continue. So he fucking shows up to a mansion of this rich woman.
Yes.
Hold on, you guys. He shows up to Mexico. Where was he originally?
In Texas.
Texas.
Okay, so how many hours is that
well,
trip
it's
to
Mexico City. It's like 14 hours or some shit.
Yeah, any point in Texas, that trip is longer than and then we're here now.
Exactly. The time sequences in this movie.
That's the magic of cinema. You know, it's the magic of cinema. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt.
At this point, I would say sure. But throughout the movie, the timing sequences are all over the fucking place. I don't know what's going on. You know
this was one night, this was 2 weeks, and you just kind of have to guess.
Yeah, I think my favorite part though is that he sees the big house and he's like, "Who'd want to leave here?" You know how many big houses he would have seen in the 14-hour trip? Why are you surprised, you stupid old fuck?
Yeah.
God.
I mean,
it was the third time he saw that house.
Yeah, exactly. You think he found it on the first try? Are you fucking kidding me?
Exactly. He found it luego, and then it's this palatial fucking mansion, and you don't know what this.
And you know he doesn't believe that it's real.
Right.
He's like, "Nah, that can't be it.
That
can't be it.
These beaners can't afford a house like this."
How they get a piece of America down here?
Freedom doesn't exist over here. What the fuck?
What is this?
I guess they stole that house too.
This might be the American embassy. I might have to rescue it.
Mr. President.
And then the best part of the movie, discount evil Salma Hayek, bro.
Yes,
I fuck with that, bro.
But she was hot.
I guarantee you. No, that's the thing. I guarantee you, they were like, "Yo, Salma Hayek, we got a fucking piece for you," and she was like, "Nah, man, I don't want anything to do with that."
I'm making that Adam Sandler money right now. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. You cannot tell me that these motherfuckers didn't have Salma Hayek. They were like, "This is discount Salma Hayek. We got a winner."
Yeah. Well,
look, I'm not gonna lie to you. When you say that, I think then her henchman was supposed to be Antonio Banderas, and he was like, "Fuck no."
Yeah, dude. Okay,
that's totally who that's supposed to be.
Dude, the henchman, right? But okay, so he shows up, and it's this giant house. There's this big party, and there's a ton of people in there, and fucking, I don't know if it's he's so close to death that he's incredibly unassuming or something, but he just walks in.
Dude, he's a ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
He's haunting them.
Exactly. So,
boo, beaners, boo.
So he goes in, and then they catch him, right? The henchmen, which are, by the way, as the movie will show us, the most incompetent henchmen on the face of the planet, the worst.
The absolute worst.
They catch him twice in the house, though. How incompetent could they be?
Dude, yeah, but I mean, pretty incompetent.
No. I guess what I mean is, how incompetent is he?
Right.
If the worst henchman in the world caught him
well,
twice.
I mean, you can't really. He's 90,000 years old, dude. There are stars on this universe that are younger than he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo,
I don't like
in that scene,
star.
bro. Please, I'm gonna find you the scene, bro, and I'm gonna send you the short clip so you can put it in the podcast, bro. There's a scene where I think the woman acts a little too hard at him, at Clint Eastwood, and he literally gets scared and stumbles. It looks like he's gonna fall down. Because she acted too hard on him, at him, bro. That shit was
like, "You can do that. You're allowed to do that."
It might have been that she just breathed too hard, and the breath knocked him over.
The slightest gust.
I swear to you, bro. It honestly looks like. Have you ever seen those videos of fucking mean nurses beating up old people in the nursing home? They're awful and heartbreaking, and the way they react, it's almost like
what?
Yeah,
yeah.
It looks awful, bro. They're like kids again, but in giant husks, so they react and panic like little kids. when they're getting hit, and that's exactly how he looked. She was like, "How dare you took my fucking son?" And he's like, "Oh, verga!" He just starts falling down.
So
Dude,
like
he's the toughest man alive. What are you talking about? He was scared for her, you fucking dumbass. He was afraid of the beating he was gonna lay on her.
Dude, so like so once they show up, right? He shows up, they get him, and he's like, "I'm looking for your son," or whatever. And
Yeah.
and she's all like, if you could find him.
He started doing
I
the
know,
voice
dude.
for
I
the
did. I couldn't
fucking
help it, man.
lady.
Like it's out of
Everybody's
Well,
Clint
if
Eastwood.
you can
He's
find
doing the
me.
Eddie Murphy, and just every character turns to Clint Eastwood.
Every character is the same.
So she's like, "Oh, you can have him if you want. He's a piece of shit. He's a monster. He eats people. He's out there fucking running amok and all these things. He's usually
blood.
he's over there stealing blood.
He's a Satanist.
Yeah, he's stealing blood from hospital for for satanic rituals. You can have him
I'm
if
pretty
you
sure
want.
he's doing adrenochrome. He went to Epstein Island.
He's a good friend of Hillary
Also, just for fun,
Clinton.
he kicks dogs. He kicks dogs for fun.
He's a true monster. You could find him
monster.
cockfighting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yo, can I go into a small story / rant here?
Do it.
Go ahead.
You know that whole bit of like Hollywood elites that are millionaires go to drink adrenochrome or take adrenochrome to stay young forever, and it's this big conspiracy theory. I'm sure you've heard it, right?
No.
Why didn't this guy do that?
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. This is not the first fucking movie that Clint Eastwood meets a minority and somehow saves him.
That's right.
Right? Have y'all seen Gran Torino? He did the same thing with a Vietnamese kid.
Well, like this movie,
he
though,
was a Hmong.
Yeah, he was among. Yeah, he was among us. Anyways,
yeah, bro, he has a type, bro. It's just the same kid, but this one's Asian and this one's beaner,
there's a very clear, distinct difference because in Gran Torino,
there's no difference. He's fucking them both.
No. What?
I'll talk about that later.
He in Gran Torino, it happens to him, right? Like he's living there, and these people show up, and like there is a cogent like through line, and it makes sense. Like he doesn't like them. He doesn't like them, but
line.
like exactly the through line is he despises them. He hates everybody, and then this kid kind of grows on him, right? In this movie,
the homunculus,
the humongous, like exactly. And this kid doesn't do that. It's very artificial, and he goes and he volunteers. Like it's like he takes the white savior shit from Gran Torino and takes it to the extreme position where he's like
he mixed it with his last movie, The Mule.
The Mule
and Gran Torino.
Dude, the Mule was almost
he conquered Mexico.
The Mule was almost as insane as this movie, but this movie is crazier than The Mule. The Mule is based on a true story, right? Like,
yeah, there's a talking mule in it.
Exactly.
I just want to throw this out there. If you notice, I haven't said anything about my notes to this point.
Right.
The reason for that is because I hadn't started writing notes. I hadn't gotten pissed off yet. I was just bored.
Yeah,
I was bored up until I got angry. This is where I started getting angry. What's going on with this fucking crazy lady? Why is she trying to fuck a bag of bones?
Right. Well, she doesn't yet. She does afterwards.
Okay, so we're not there yet.
No, we're not there yet. And there's a very important and a very funny thing that happens when she's like, he's into cockfighting, so if you can find a cockfight, you can find him, right? And then it cuts, and then he finds the one cockfight in Mexico City.
I was gonna say, he goes to the one cockfight.
Exactly, in Mexico.
By the way,
Mexico City, which is one of the top 10 largest cities on the fucking planet, right? In the entire globe. It's like number 5.
Massive.
Right? And he just
a massive cockfighting center.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking just pure cockfighting. It's up there.
Right, exactly. So they didn't even try to like whatever. It was like, who cares?
Without Google either, bro. You didn't put cockfights.
Yeah, this is the 1980s. right? There's no Google Maps cockfighting, right? Like,
you had to smell your way to a cockfight.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he finds the fucking kid.
He finds the one cockfight in Mexico where this child is.
Can I say I've been to cockfights? They look nothing like that.
Really? No, what does it actually look
like? Nothing like that. So in cockfights, right? Picture like a long dirt rectangle, right? There is then like cage wire around that, at least as tall as a person, right? So that the roosters don't get out. And then right outside of that are wood bleachers, like the ones you would see in like a school gathering, right? In all four corners. It is only loud at the start of the cockfight where everybody's betting. And then it gets silent into dale, 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 like when they actually start fighting. When you're showing the roosters like to each other and they start pecking at each other, you do that 3 times and then you put them on the ground and you let them run at each other, right? But nobody is cheering when the roosters are just looking at each other because that is the most boring part of the match.
It happens every time. There's nothing. Nobody's gonna win at that moment.
Yeah, nobody wins here. This is the roosters getting angry at each other so that they could start fighting. Right? You're showing the roosters. Yeah, you're showing them you're showing the rooster the other roosters so that they could get angry. And if it doesn't work, you hit the rooster or you pinch the rooster at the bottom of the crest, right? Like where his beak is, you pinch that and you pull it down to make him think that the other rooster pecked him. And then they get pissed and then you let them go and they fight each other, right? They also fight each other with knives, I should say. Yeah, no rooster fights. They fight just with their bare hands. And so they arm them with knives. First, it's like a little leather holster for the knife. It's called a botana. And then you put the little knife that looks like a scythe.
Man, I can go.
Right, and then you tie that.
Right yeah, and then
too. And then you tie the knife.
Tiny little boxing gloves. Those are badass too. The tiny ones.
Yeah, botadores is what they're called. Yeah. So then the guy says, "This is fucking Cry Macho. He's won 7 fights. He had his neck broken and he had his legs broken. Bro, a rooster cannot recover that."
I was gonna say,
right? You have to be the best of roosters in order to win fights. Because even if you win the fight, chances is your rooster got cut. You know, and so you have to
die. Yeah.
Yeah, like unless you're good.
That rooster's gonna fucking die unless he's really like the shit.
So 5 to 7 fights wins, and he had a broken neck and like you don't break necks, bro. If they hit him in the neck, he had his throat slit. That motherfucker's dead. Yeah. That kid either was.
That was interesting when he says he's lost a couple of fights, and it's like when you lose, you're dead, right? Like that's
literally the way you win in the cockfight is they hold him up, and if your rooster doesn't peck the other rooster, you lost, and he's dead. Yeah. Like you pick him up, and it looks like you're picking up your flaccid cock, like it's just hanging down, right? Like
he's a zombie like you, Clint Eastwood.
But yeah, it's impossible. Like that was awful. Like I'm sure that they're not going to put real knives on the roosters and actually make them fight for a Clint Eastwood movie, right? But I'm just saying, hard misrepresented. That would be hard as fuck. It would make it a way better movie if the movie just stopped there and they just put video of like rooster fights.
A real cockfight.
That shit would be so hard.
And it just turns into like an awareness campaign against cockfighting, right?
No. It's promoting it.
All the kids, yeah. It hooks all the kids in the newest craze, cockfight.
Like a dude walks into like the movie lobby and he starts taking bets. ¿Cuánto pa'l giro? ¿Cuánto pa'l colorado? And people get up in the movie theater and they start betting. That's it. Way better movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, the point was I've been to cockfights, horribly misrepresented.
I would agree with you. And then after that, right, like the cops storm the one cockfight, right?
Nobody runs, by the way. Everybody took off. Everybody fucking booked it. Yeah, nobody in an actual cockfight, bro. Nobody fucking runs. Everybody just kind of like stays. If you have drugs, then you're the nigga that runs, right? Or you're throwing them or trying to stash them somewhere else. But everybody else just stays there because they can't prove anything, right? Like, and I've never seen like when the cops swarm the place. I've never seen anybody run. Only like the new guys who've never been there run. Like the cops will be like, "Hey man, what the fuck are y'all doing?" It's like, "Oh, nothing. We're throwing a party. We were just leaving."
Yeah.
Right. That's it.
We're all drunk, and these chickens started assaulting each other. Started throwing down bets. What would you have done, you fucking geek.
Yeah, but it's incredible how even in Mexico, the place where people don't give a fuck about rooster fighting, right? Like there are stray dogs in every corner that get killed and cooked and served to people, right? Who's gonna give a fuck if you kill a rooster, bro? Make them dinner, right? Which is what these people would do anyways.
They do man versus bull sometimes.
They do.
Yeah, they have bullfighting. Yeah. That's right.
That's insane. Like cockfighting, the most evil sport of all. Wait, did you just put a dude in there with a real ass bull? You people are fucking crazy.
Right? They don't even eat the bull, bro. They're gonna eat these chickens afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
by the way, in cockfights, there's always the kid that asks you for your rooster if he's dead or injured.
Really?
There's always kids running around like begging for your shit. There's also, there's also people that'll be like, "Hey, can you tie my rooster? Like, come here, please. You know how to tie roosters." And they'll ask you to fucking like tie them up or like stitch them up and bandage them. So there's beggars everywhere too. So that made a little sense that kid was there, and that also that he didn't know how to fight his fucking rooster because it was awful. I was
gonna say he was really bad at that. He was like trying to keep the rooster from actually getting pissed at the other rooster. That's not what you want.
You don't want to get angry, bro.
Right, right. And then the cops show up, right?
Like,
okay. Yeah, cops show up. Yeah.
Cops show up, and then Clint Eastwood shuffles off, and he does like a fucking solid snake move and hides on boxes, right?
He becomes Buck.
So he hides behind some boxes, and the cops don't notice him because again he's a ghost.
Invisible.
Exactly. Yeah. He's invisible because
most believable part of the movie.
Exactly. Yeah. He's just an old man, and then he comes out and he's all like, "Hey, what's up?" And then this leads to one of two hilarious like sequences in this movie with him doing something or doing some movie magic to make it look like he's doing something, right? So he's chasing
the chicken,
chasing the chicken, and it's just tight shots of the chicken running, and then cuts back to his face, and his face making some sort of vaguely like alluding to him struggling.
I'm struggling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No. That's you could interchange chicken chasing face, you guys.
You could interchange that with like soft porn, like a girl just in bed, like fucking moaning, right? No, you don't see boobs or anything, right? You just see her like sweating up a storm, like getting rammed against the pillow, and then him, and you could just cut that interchangeably, and it's amazing.
I want to do that.
Yeah. I want to splice them together. Like first it's a clip of the girl, and then it's a clip of the chicken, and then the girl again. Like it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like I gotta catch
you could like, interchange that with like a car drifting, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There is so much potential for that. Like it's
like
amazing.
You could intercut those kids racing in fucking Fast and Furious 3 going up the thing like drifting. And you could explain that they're drifting in celebration of Clint Eastwood fucking.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All these clips just merge
into movie.
Yeah.
So then, like he does he's shuffling around, and it's like the cutting back and forth is fucking hilarious to me, dude. So then he catches it, right? Which, by the way, it took Rocky like 15 minutes.
I was gonna say
dude, it took Rocky like that was the end of the montage. He caught the chicken,
which means it took days.
Exactly,
because that was the end of it took 15 minutes in the movie.
Exactly, yeah.
So that means it took 16 months for that to actually happen.
I'd like to see that calculation. That's funny as fuck. 16 months, obviously.
It's a month for each. It's a month for each second, and then also just an extra one.
Yeah, there you go. It's a month plus one. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta take time off. You know, chicken's a fucking hard to catch.
Yeah, so he catches him, and then he tells the kid, "Hey, come out of the box, you son of a bitch, or I'm gonna fucking choke your chicken." Right, which is a weird thing to say to a kid.
All right, you little bastard. Come on out. I'm going to count to 5. I'm going to wring this chicken's neck. You got that? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Give me my rooster.
He threatened him with a hand job. That's right.
And apparently this kid has been like fucked before because they mentioned that he got abused,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't explain how.
Yeah, and they just.
Are you one of those perverts at my mom's house?
If she sold me to you, you're a fool. Touch me and I'll kick your ass, old man.
What the hell are you talking about?
You are some perverted friend of my mother from one of her parties. Perverted old man.
Yeah, are
Who
you one of
loves
those
little
pervs
Mexican butt?
that they send to fuck me at the cockfight? Like what?
Look at the faggot hair I have. They turn me like that.
Dude, like not once but twice I have it in my notes. This kid is a capital FAGGOT.
Let's go. I wasn't the only one that came to that conclusion.
Oh man.
Oh,
Twice in the notes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so this is the infamous scene that you're the ranch hand,
Exactly.
the greatest job in the world. You're the cowboy.
You were a cowboy? A ranch hand?
Yeah, that's right. I've done a little of that.
Really? And he has horses, and Clint Eastwood's like, yeah, he's got horses, and he's got a bunch of.
I think I saw one outside. What the fuck, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, and you could have it all, kid, if you play your cards right. And he whipped his dick out. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn, one of the pedos.
There's only one card you got.
Give me your adrenochrome so I can stay in this zombie form.
And then the kid's like, all right, cool. I just need to go get my stuff, and he disappears into the night. And then
Oh yeah, not before Clint Eastwood was like, "Don't go out there. What the fuck? You're gonna die."
Yeah, and the kid's all.
And he leaves anyway.
Yeah, and then the scene cuts, and inexplicably, he's back at the kid's mom's house, the mansion, and he's like
getting caught again.
Like he's like ruffling through like drawers, and then they're like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." Again, yeah, and then they're like,
Part two,
and then the scene cuts again to the lady being, "Congratulations, you found him."
What can I say? I can't believe it. Where did you find him?
Right where you said, at the cockfights.
How could you have ever
You passed the test.
Right, she's all like,
how could she know that? By the way,
it doesn't matter, dude. Like, who cares at this
he
point?
could just
dude?
be
Like,
robbing her.
like there was no explanation, right? And then she goes, "You
find my son?
You found him. Congratulations. Where was he?" And then he goes, "He was right where you said he would be. He was at the boop," and then he died. And then somebody showed up
He's
with
like,
the
"Sundowning, how are you? What time is it?"
and then she goes, "Oh well, congratulations. We should have a drink to celebrate." And he's all like, "Oh, okay, cool." And he's
my liver doesn't work anymore.
He's like, "I don't have a liver," right? And like, and then then she goes, "Okay, cool, Aurelio, you should get the fuck out of the room because I'm about to fucking fuck this dude." And
I didn't take my blue chew.
I heard it on the podcast. I heard it works.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Blue Chew.
I was gonna say Blue Chew, friend of the show. We will proudly be corporate stooges for you if you ever want to.
I will take one on the next podcast and just have a full erection. You'll know it's there
the whole time.
No, bro, you take that shit outside.
yeah, I'll make the podcast outside.
You go over to Mexico with your rock hard fucking.
Ayúdame, ayúdame. La verga está muy dura. Ayúdame, La verga está muy dura. And it's like a song.
Sponsored by Blue Chew. Anyway, so Clint Eastwood forgot his Blue Chew and he didn't want to show her his puppy because he would have been embarrassed.
And it's very funny because she goes,
Let's celebrate.
Tell me something. What are we celebrating?
Anything. I'm up for anything. Corazón.
I don't know. I think I better get the hell out of here. Otherwise, this job ain't gonna be finished.
You dare insult me in my own home?
No, I didn't mean to insult you.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Que eres puto? ¿O qué?
Eres puto.
Yeah, he's like, eres puto.
Yeah,
She's like, eres
that was the
puto,
best.
okay?
Yeah,
That's right.
and he was like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, and he's all like, I think I have to get the fuck out of here. And she's all like, how dare you insult me in my house by not...
That's the part when she's screaming at him and he fucking gets scared and stumbles.
Yeah, and he's like, oh god. I guess I'm.
He just full baby cries like.
Yeah, she's all like, Aurelio, come back in here. This guy's a this guy's a fucking no show, which is funny because it's like he is fucking bone dry, dude. Like he's like a fucking like a desiccant.
Le sale lechita de powder,
Dude,
ese vato,
like
güey.
he's like silica
Le
gel.
sale Nesquik.
He's like the silica gel on your shoes and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's like one of those like if you were to stick his dick in her pussy, right, and it was wet, it would just be like that scene from The Mummy where the mummy sucks out all the juices from the other person. That's exactly what would happen if he stuck his dick
I
in
have
his
a
lady.
different take on that.
Or one of the little
think
dinosaurs that you throw in the tub for the little kids. Like expands.
Or serve. I was thinking that it would be like when that raccoon tried to wash that cotton candy. It just disappeared.
Exactly. Also,
his cock dissolves in her pussy like a pH tablet.
dude, like if
Yep.
if he cannot get a boner, dude, that's why he left. That's why he got scared and fucking stumbled.
Yeah, that's why he didn't fuck her
Because-
because she was fine as hell,
Dude,
bro.
like if one of the 7 blood cells that are left in his brain go towards his dick to get a boner, like that's it, dude. It's curtains.
He's dead.
He's dead,
He's
dude.
dead. Yeah, it's over.
One of
Well,
them
he's
is
already dead.
actively fighting off coronavirus.
The other 6 are like laughing at it because he's
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him, Tim.
Democrat blood cells.
I like to
bitch.
think of his blood cells dressed up as he was in the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Cowboy, they all look like him.
Yeah.
Except one of them. One of them is the kid.
Oh no, man! The one fighting the fucking coronavirus is the one where he had the movie with the monkey.
Oh right.
One of them.
Wait, no, wasn't that John Wayne?
Oh shit! Yeah, no, his was a dog. You're
Yeah,
right. It was a dog.
Well, but anyways, he doesn't fuck the
yes.
very attractive Mexican woman.
And
Yeah.
this
And
is
this is where my notes start.
There is a through line in Clint Eastwood movies about a horny woman being the villain in his movies. Like since the first one that he ever directed, like through The Mule, through the one with the retard. What the fuck was his name? Richard Jewell.
$1 Million Baby.
Richard Jewell. Yeah, well, she ended up a retard. Richard Jewell. There's always like a horny woman that's like shitty in his movies. Like there's always this like horny woman.
They're so angry because they don't get fucked enough, bro.
Exactly, and there's this aversion to horny women. Like they're bad. There's something like morally incorrect about them, and it's always there. But anyways, so. She's like,
it makes a lot of sense. Like, how could you be that attractive and that unfuckable?
Yeah,
you know,
there
it's
you
the
go.
attitude. It's because they're evil.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is where my notes start.
go right.
Now,
So
what's going on with this fucking crazy lady?
yes,
Why is she trying to fuck a bag of bones?
because in The Mule he had 2 threesomes, dude.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, have you not seen The Mule? He had.
I have not seen,
No.
bro. I don't watch that fucking garbage, bro. I
Dude,
look at that man,
man.
and I watch movies for fun, bro, not to get angry.
Dude, well, I don't get
Look.
angry. I had a blast watching this movie.
I hated that movie, bro. I watched it and it was so
Movie
upsetting to
sucked.
just point shit out. Yeah, it was awful. There was
No,
nothing
the-
fun about it.
I love
The only
it.
thing that was fun for me was coming up with alternate names
To
for
jokes,
Clint
yeah.
Eastwood. And first one was Clint Eastwood. I ruined that one. I'm going to ruin the next one. If he had 2 threesomes, sounds like his name should be Clint Layswood.
Nice. That's good.
No.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
All right. So he doesn't fuck the lady. He leaves the house, and this is where he finds
'cause
the kid, and they sleep
well,
outside together,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
she's like,
No.
I'm going to call the federales and tell them that you're a horny old man that fucks babies. And he's all like, "Whoa, that's fucked up." And then he like
That's
leaves.
not too far from the truth.
Exactly.
that's the guy who playing me. That's Clint Eastwood. I'm Mike or whatever the fuck my name
Everyone
is.
I've ever fucked was at one point a baby.
He was like, whoa, 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 lady, a little too close to home, and then he just walked away.
My name's not Drake. Right. I didn't write Hotline Bling, okay? I'm not Drake.
And so then he's escorted out by Aurelio, who is the chief henchman who sucks ass. So he
hold on.
Okay, go.
I was gonna say, I had a note here. Thought she was gonna fuck the man, but she didn't. And then it's a plot twist. She's fucking the Mexican Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
And then
she did hornily touch her face.
Yeah, and because she was gonna fuck that old man in front of Keanu Reeves. I put, is Mexikianu a cuck?
Yeah, I think he's. I think she just fucks everybody. She's just a horny lady.
But was he into it? Is what I'm saying.
Probably.
Probably.
He looked like he was into it.
I mean, yeah.
Because he really sucks at being a bad guy.
Because at no point was he like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like,
yeah, exactly. And at no point was he like competent at anything. So like he must be there for a reason.
Right, exactly.
Watch her get railed by bones and tight skin.
Dude, he
what if that had just cut to like Clint Eastwood stunt double just fucking plowing her, bro?
And he's like,
better movie.
And like you see him and he's just ripped.
A regular guy.
Some black dude with a cowboy hat.
No, but they painted bones on his body.
Mike, you're so good, Mike. And he's like, yeah, nigga, yeah.
I'm gonna beat this pussy up, dog.
And it ends with like Clint Eastwood buckling up his pants and her just being like, you destroy these pussy.
And he's like, yeah, bitch. And then they smash cut to his face. It's Clint Eastwood going, I
haven't done that in a while.
Like,
excuse
in the
me.
wide shots, it's a black body, and in the clothes they do the editing trick again. They use the same cut from him chasing the chicken.
Yes. It's the shot of him chasing the chicken. And it just cuts between that and like a black dude's ass going up and down, up and down.
Just fucking ramming.
But with a pelvis painted on it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Clint Eastwood.
It's just baby powder, bro. They can't afford that shit.
Yeah, they spent all their money on Dwight Yoakam.
No, dude, let's be real. They spent all their money on keeping Clint Eastwood alive.
That's true.
On the trained rooster,
man,
bro,
like
that does tricks.
A fucking mobile dialysis machine is expensive.
They gave him an iron lung way every 15 minutes.
Yeah, he looks like he has like fucking like he looks like he has diseases from like the late maybe 18th century.
He was immune, but he's a carrier of the Black Plague wave. He had whatever the zombies had in I'm Legend.
There you go.
He has what killed the dinosaurs.
A fucking meteor.
Okay, so
yeah, when you said mobile, it smash cut in my head to Mobile Suit Gundam in my head, but I was thinking Mobile Suit Clint Eastwood. So like, there's a tiny man who's inside this giant, fucked up old man,
even older.
It. Yeah,
it's just the alien.
It's the mom from the SpongeBob character in the chocolate episode.
No, man, no. It's the fucking alien from Men in Black. Remember that?
Oh, the little weird one, yeah.
But an old one.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's him
the old
dying. When he's dying, he opens it up and he's like, "Oh God, I'm fucked up. I'm an alien. You watch out."
That was the best.
Okay, so then he
remember good movies?
Yeah, hardly, barely. And then so after that, it cuts to him driving away. He's like, "Well, I'm not gonna be fucking accused of pedophilia in Mexico. I'll be damned."
Yeah.
And he's driving away, and then like the chicken pops out, and he's like, "What the fuck's up with this chicken?" And then this is another hilarious scene because the kid. Like, he sees the kid, and he stops the car, and he pulls the kid out, and he's like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. And the kid's like, no, I want to go with you, sir. And
this fucking scene, Jesus Christ.
It was the worst scene of the whole movie.
I think when he's like, I'll kick your ass, old man.
Yeah.
And they start fighting, and and the kid throws a punch, which was the slowest thing in the universe, and Clint Eastwood moves it out of the way.
Hardly.
It had to be, yeah.
And he goes
to do that.
Now give me the goddamn wallet.
You get too angry. It's not good for you at your age.
Give me the wallet now.
Eat shit.
What are you talking about? Eat shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty quick for old man.
Yeah.
You're pretty fast, old man.
Dude, that was-
shit fucking killed me, bro.
was
Oh
rough.
my god! And then he throws like a weird jab after the fight is over.
Yeah.
It doesn't even land.
Yeah, and
that shit
That
looked
wasn't a
embarrassing.
jab.
and
That was him trying to hold himself in the car because he's having a heart attack.
like that little sequence of them tussling. He's like, "I'll fucking beat you up," and he's and then he goes, "The you're pretty fast for an old man." This is setting up the core delusion of the film, right? Because
that he's still not old enough to or that he's young enough to still be competent.
Exactly.
That's the illusion it's trying to give.
Exactly. And everyone else around him is participating in this delusion, right? Like that's the core like psychosis of this fucking movie. It's nuts, right? So the kid's like, "You're pretty fast for an old man," and then he's like and the kid's like, "Cool," and then he goes, "Where's my wallet, bastard?" And the kid's all like, "I fucking have your wallet. I'll give you the wallet."
You fucking beaner.
Exactly.
Give me that shit.
Exactly. And then he goes, "I have your fucking
I know
wallet.
you stole my wallet because you're brown.
You must have it." And he's all like,
"Fucking minority."
"I have your wallet. I'll give it back to you if you drive me to my poppy's
You
house."
fuck my asshole.
And
Hold on, you guys. I have a note here. It's very pertinent.
Nice.
This is Clint Eastwood is the first person to say "no dice" unironically in 50 years at least.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I was about to get to that.
He goes, "No dice."
Yeah, he's like, I'll give you.
Oh, he says two negative. He's like, "No can do, no dice," some shit like that. He says it's no and then no again in a different shape.
Nice.
Double no.
So like after that, somehow the kid goes, "Can please," afterwards, and then Clint Eastwood's like, "All right, you
No. It was hilarious because it was it's supposed to be a scene that was supposed to be heart wrenching, right?
Mm-hmm.
That like, you know what? I changed my mind. I can't. It's supposed to make your heart hurt. You're supposed to love it. Because he's like, "You took my wallet, how dare you? I'm gonna beat you up." And then he's like, "Well, I'm not giving you your wallet. Give me back my wallet." "All right, you can have your wallet." And then he grabs the wallet and he's like, "You're a good kid. Hop on." Like, it's that.
Okay, yeah. You know what? That's true because there are a bunch of other instances of like this dichotomy of like outwardly speaking what's happening.
It's supposed to be a bigger thing,
yes,
but they make it a tiny, insignificant thing.
Right, but like more importantly, like there's parts where he'll like, for example, like after this, right? He's driving off. They drive off, right? And then there's a couple of hijinks right before they get to the town, which is where, believe it or not, the entire story grinds to a halt, right?
Yeah.
So right before that, he's driving, and then Clint Eastwood's like, "You are growing on me, kid." And then the kid's like, "I am forming a bond with you. You're almost like a father figure to me." You know what I mean? Like, there's like
a grandpa figure.
Yeah, like there's like
it was in that moment that I put this kid finger blasted that chicken for sure.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, oh my god, bro.
Because that chicken, he was like trying to get it in the front seat, and he's like, "Come on, old man, my chicken's so fucking cool."
Yeah.
It was a very upsetting moment.
His name is Macho. Macho means, and he says something stupid, like something that's not even related to macho.
He says strong.
Yeah, it means
Macho
strong.
means strong.
No.
On the upholstery here.
No.
What do you mean no?
No, and he's not a chicken. His name is Macho.
I don't care if his name is Colonel Sanders. Just get his ass back there.
He's Macho. You know what it means, Macho? It means strong. Come on, Macho. Yeah.
Strong.
It literally doesn't.
No. Yeah, macho means pendejo, basically. Right?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, the chicken is stupid. Like, I'll give him that.
But okay, so the
most generous interpretation of macho is like brave.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
the most generous.
Yeah. Okay, so that happens, and then the guy goes, Clint Eastwood goes, "Cool, you'll ride with me." They go off, and then this next sequence when they get into the town. Well, before that, they go to like a restaurant. The kid tries to order tequila. Some bullshit happens, and then they leave again. The kid steals a car, and they take off. They buy some clothes. And
Wait, no, this is the scene in the
No,
restaurant where the guy
you're
the guy comes out and he's like, "You got no right to this kid. He belongs to the fucking ruca that tried to fuck you."
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
right.
you skipped that
That's
part.
right. That's a good one. Yeah, and the kid, they're fighting and tussling, and then the guy, and then
And the rooster's fighting his leg. Like the rooster's actually fighting the dude, the kidnapper.
that happens later on. No,
No, that's the same scene.
okay,
It's like it's
Oh,
where
wait.
he grabs the kid.
No, it's not.
no, because it happens later.
This first restaurant scene is before they go sleep outside because
Right.
they do a diarrhea joke.
That's right. Yes,
Yeah, I put classic diarrhea joke.
and then they
Oh
lose
yeah, where
their
he's
car.
like, y'all's food is fucking disgusting because you used
Yeah.
dirty
It's the
water."
water. Yeah,
And he's like, "It's not the water, it's your asshole. We eat it and we're fine."
exactly. So right, the restaurant scene where the henchman shows up and proves his inability to do anything.
It's henching.
Yeah, he is unhenchable. He's the worst. He's terrible at henching, and
Yeah.
So he grabs the kid
yes,
and he's like, "Fuck off me, old man. Don't get close. It's none of your business." And then the old man doesn't listen to that, walks up to him, and he punches him once.
and that's all.
Right,
it
which
took.
wouldn't hurt.
That's all.
Which
it took.
wouldn't hurt.
Well, it took-
The guy backs up and reads the room. He says, "Okay, what do I have to fight? I have like a 9-year-old kid and this old bag of bones." And he chooses the option
Literal
nobody
ghost.
thought. This fucking guy. This guy's a rapist. He screams out to the public, and the public all turn. Right, and in that moment, you're like, "Oh shit, Clint Eastwood. That nigga can't speak. That nigga can't speak Spanish. How's he gonna defend
Which
himself?"
is, by the way, hilarious because he's a ranch hand in Texas, and like 98% of ranch hands in Texas are Mexican. So
Are fucking Mexican.
How in the
and then the
world?
greatest part happens, which you didn't even consider. The kid goes, "Nah, that nigga's the rapist," and everybody's like, "Well, fuck that guy," and he starts beating the henchman
Yeah.
up.
No. He shows him his back
Yeah.
where he clearly raped him.
yeah, he has like all those like scratches on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like, "He beat me." And
He
instead of
showed him
turning
the
the other
six
cheek like
tattoo he
every
had.
Mexican dad would, they went and beat the shit out of the other guy.
yeah. They were like, "How dare you hit a kid? I mean, I hit mine, right? But I don't want to see
exactly,
you
but that's,
hitting
that's
theirs."
not my kid, and you're not me.
Yeah, they all
Time
did
to hit
like
him.
the Facebook vigilante shit that everyone fantasizes about. They did it in real life.
lynch him.
Exactly. Exactly.
Publicly execute him.
Exactly.
And they
beating keys.
So
Yeah,
that
so they don't even beat him up. Like they just kind of hold him down awkwardly.
there was some
but
like
it's-
banging. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
like,
were like,
yeah, someone was fucking him.
no,
maybe, like-
that's not what I
they
meant.
were like, "You
but
want to
I-
beat
that's
kids? We're
literally
gonna
what I
rape
thought.
you."
Exactly. We'll give you the old Gaddafi treatment, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
So then they leave there, and then it starts the long sequences of they stop somewhere, and then
Yeah.
they go somewhere, and then they stop somewhere, and then they
Yeah.
go somewhere, and that kind of happens
annoying.
endlessly.
well,
That's
no,
why
They
like-
just stop in the town.
Yeah.
They just stop in
Hold
the
on,
No,
town.
they had their fucking Broncos stolen.
No,
Right,
it
yeah,
wasn't.
when they
in
got
the
the
middle-
Bronco stolen.
No, the Bronco.
Cops
It
show
was
up at
not
one point.
because after the beat up, the pedophile thing, cosa, when he's like he's a pedophile, and the kid's like no, he's the pedophile, and they beat him
Yeah,
up.
then
The
they-
kid steals a
they-
car, and then it goes into the scene where they're sleeping outside.
Well, they had already stolen the thing.
Yeah, the Bronco's gone because they didn't steal the Bronco. They stole the car that they stole when they were. no, you're
No, they
right.
stole the
Bronco
Bronco.
got stolen after the diarrhea joke.
Yes, the diarrhea
He was
joke
going to
happens
take a shit. They steal his Bronco.
after this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes, federales, to a kid, which I wrote in these notes, who lives in fucking Mexico. He knows.
You just give him
that
10
they're-
bucks. Which
Yeah,
he
exactly.
he
could've solved
figures
this
out
problem.
later
He
in the
eventually does
movie.
it. Yeah. He just didn't have $10.
Yeah.
He also didn't have to do it at that point of the interaction.
Right.
The cop
Yeah,
was
it
already leaving.
over.
Yeah, you do that at the beginning. Hey, ¿qué onda? No,
Okay,
nah.
wait.
Sáquense a la verga. Vámonos.
And they're like, oh yeah, I shouldn't ask questions. You're right. He did after he asked the question, he gave him money, which is like wrong. You before he even starts that, you give him the money and he goes away.
Yeah.
And he fucks off. Yeah. Can I say how? Because I told that to my buddy. I was like, oh, that's how it is in Mexico. Like they stop you, give them money, they fuck off.
Yeah.
They pulled us out very recently. You know, with my nephew, he's doing pro boxing. We had gone to Mexico, and my brother got pulled over because he passed a stop sign. He wasn't paying attention. He just passed a stoplight. And the guy, the cop pulls him over. He's like, "Hey man, can I see your ID or whatever?" Obviously in Spanish. And he's like, "Yeah, here's my ID." He's like, "Damn man, well you passed a red light. I'm gonna have to give you a ticket, and I'm gonna keep your ID until you come pay it." And my brother hands him $100 bill. He's like, "Dude, I would have given you something smaller, but that's all I have. Give me my fucking thing." And he's like, "All right, here's your thing.
That's it.
But before I let you go, where are you guys coming from?" And my brother goes, "Oh, my son's a boxer. We were coming from the boxing thing." And he's like, "Aguántame un round." Right? The cop told my brother. And my brother's like, "Oh, Foxy." He starts getting off. He's like, "No, I'm just kidding. Good night." So he leaves.
That's funny.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's so easy to get rid of Mexican cops.
Yeah,
you literally give them money. Anything in your pocket that's American,
Can you imagine?
they'll love it and they fuck off.
Can you imagine how many African Americans would still be alive if that was the system in the United States?
You'd have to give them euros, bro, or pounds. You know?
No, it's not that. It's just like they don't want the money here. They want to beat the shit out of a black guy.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that's what they're going after.
It's an achievement, bro. Like to rank up in the police.
As soon as they fucking show up with a gun drawn, you just hear the Xbox noise. Bloop. Achievement unlocked. Harass the black man.
Hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Superpower where he could kind of figure out what they were like when they were making fun of him.
Yeah.
And it's like you either know Spanish or you don't. You can't just selectively be smart in certain moments and then be a fucking retard in others.
I don't know what that meant,
No.
but I don't like it.
But fuck you.
Like, yeah, exactly. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I know it was bad because context clues in another language. I don't know, I guess.
Because you made a funny face. You made a little funny brown squinty face when you said it. Yeah. You fucking beaner.
There's only one reason you beans smile, and it's at a white man's expense.
Exactly. So what were you guys talking about? Did I miss something?
Awful shit. No,
okay, so then he beats up the guy. He gets beat up, and then they leave to the new town, right?
Yeah, they go to the fucking restaurant with the fucking strong independent woman.
The other mamacita is there. They go in, and they're eating food, and she closes the shit for the federales.
She defends two complete strangers from the police,
right,
and somebody she knows.
Well, I mean,
which is insane.
She's trying to get some of that Clint Lacewood, you know what I'm saying? So she's going to be on his side.
Hell yeah, man! She wants to get some of his properties. You know what I mean?
Yep. I put mini gripe. This
Give me that
restaurant
green
is
card.
constantly closed.
What was that?
Like for real, the restaurant is constantly closed.
Yeah,
like,
there's
that
never
lady
people
make any
there.
money.
Yeah,
it's never open.
Yeah,
it's never open. It pissed me off.
Social distancing, bro. You can't have.
No, this is the 1980s.
Do
Remember,
it's a period. 80s,
it's a period piece.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Coronavirus was around there too.
Yeah, shut up. So that happens, and then they find like a little hut, and the
shrine.
Yeah, and it's like it's all disheveled in there, and then the kid's like, "We can't sleep here. This is the house of the Madrecita Maria."
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna go sleep.
What the hell do you think this is? We cannot sleep in the shrine of the Virgen Maria.
Maria's not gonna worry about it. She's fine.
And the fucking Clint Eastwood's like, "She won't mind, kid. She's not real."
Yeah, because she's not fucking real.
She doesn't exist. Have you seen The Thinking Atheist in YouTube? Let me show you a couple videos. Check out this video. It's this guy called Dark Matter. He speaks the truth.
He's a dark pill or black
Virgin
pill.
birth
Fucking
my ass.
Yeah, he started. Don't you know that Satan's not real?
Let me just tell you, kid. Somebody came in that lady.
Virgin my ass.
This is the book you want to read, and it's that one book was like the Mein Kampf.
God.
So they sleep there, and then so this is where the entire story comes to a screeching halt, right? Like, they're just messing around in this town.
Keynote. By the way, there's been a rooster with them all along.
Yes, the entire time. And the thing that I always liked about it, I was telling my wife, because she was watching like the last half of it with me, and is that like the scenes will be like whatever, and then randomly, like it'll like the camera will pivot, and there's the rooster sitting in his own chair, like in a table, just hanging.
He's
out.
just chilling
yeah,
somewhere.
He's just chilling. Whatever.
He's people served. God damn it.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. So then
it's named after the fucking movie's named after him.
That's true, and I still don't get it. Anyways, so then this is where there's allegedly some like development of character, which there really isn't, but it's supposed to be, I guess, right?
Yeah.
There's stuff going on.
Mike knows sign language at this point too.
Okay.
That shit was so fun.
The granddaughter, right? She's speaking sign language, and she's speaking American Sign Language, right? Like,
she knows American Sign Language.
Like the issue here is that deaf people in Mexico don't know American Sign Language. They know Mexican.
They know
fucking sign language, assholes.
Yeah,
like how
they know the Spanish version of the hand flaps.
Like what the fuck, right? Like. Like each country,
Spanish gang signs, English gang signs, they're all different.
Sign language is not universal. They all have their own fucking version of it because it's different words, asshole. Anyways.
Yeah.
So he does know American Sign Language. He's talking to the little deaf Mexican chick, which inexplicably understands fucking American Sign Language in this town that resembles a town from like the 1800s in Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also inexplicably.
Did you touch on the point that their car is broken because there's just a random puddle?
Right.
Yeah.
And no one explains what it is.
It was the water condenser, bro, for the AC. You know, like with a
exactly. Like there's just there's a puddle down there. This car's fucked. What a piece.
I'm not even gonna bother turning it on because I know it's not gonna work.
Looking under the fucking hood.
If it's anything like a horse, it's just dead.
It's either
when a horse
dead
pisses
or
on the ground, you gotta shoot it.
Right. So then they start getting into like some hijinks. They go meet up with like there's some dude breaking wild stallions or mustangs, right?
He's not even breaking them. He just has them.
Right,
Yeah,
but he says that he's breaking
too
them.
much of a pussy to break.
He's all like, they're very wild, señor. Es muy dificulto to... And they all have terrible fucking Mexican accents. All of them. They're all clearly English-speaking Americans, right?
Yes.
And fucking Clint Eastwood's like, well, I guess we'll have to do something about that. And so
he fucks a horse. He just takes out his big floppy white cock.
And then they
fucks a horse.
Let me just say what I said in the notes here. Before he starts breaking the horse, the fucking balls in this movie to pretend this old fuck can still ride a goddamn horse.
Exactly.
It was awful.
I mean, but he does, but it's just like a regular horse walking, which I can believe.
Yeah. And then I put, it looks like he sat in a barber's chair to film the horse.
Dude,
sex.
no, it did not. You know what it looked like? You know what it looked like? I guarantee you, they spent 50 cents. They got him in front of a grocery store with one of those like
the little rocket ship,
horsey things.
The horsey.
And they just like
God,
put
you're right.
50 cents in it, and then they just did like a low angle looking up at his face going
they gave
slowly
the angle of this camera for context.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the which DC's angle.
Yeah, it was exactly. It was a low angle
on the
up at his
head
face, and he's just rocking gently back and forth, and then it cuts to some dude like, come on, dude, no mames.
Like in his 20s, taming a bronco, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And like, here's the thing where it was the most upsetting for me because at this point, right, like you're living, like, let's just say, because there are places in Mexico, because I have family down there and I've visited. There are places in Mexico, there's towns that are incredibly primitive, right? Like
just like that, yeah.
Just like that. I will give them that. But these people, right? Like the in this sequence, it felt like it was like 30 hours long. It was so fucking long and unnecessary, but it was there, right? He becomes like the doctor for these people, like the veterinarian. You know what I mean?
He fucking pets them and he says, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's what he does to them.
The thing
he
is,
did that shit to like 7 different animals.
Like from the goats getting cut up, from the he's breaking horses. Like these people are all like peasants, right? Like son rancheros, son de rancho.
Yeah.
They know how to do this.
They know all the shit he knows.
Yeah, but he comes there
and more
and out Mexicans all of them. Like, I'm here and I'm the greatest Mexican who's ever lived. Like,
we skipped that fucking scene where he was dressed like a fucking shitty cowboy and he goes into a clothing store.
Right.
And the kid is like, in goes a gringo, out comes a Mexican. Like, no, you just look like a winter Texan now. Right?
Exactly.
You look like a Texan, and now you look like a winter Texan.
Look like the state of Arizona.
Yeah. You look like every person in New Mexico.
I was gonna say, like, he was just missing like a bunch of turquoise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to claim that he was Comanche, those are like the only things he needed. I'm 1/18 Comanche.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not.
Some weird.
That shit was ridiculous,
like
bro. I remember being so upset at that. Like even the kid gassing him up. Yep, you look like a proper beaner now.
Yeah, dude. Like he busted out like the Elizabeth Warren. I'm 1/32nd Cherokee or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
1/32.
But yeah, like that sequence was the most upsetting because he like out Mexicans everyone. He's like, I'm gonna show you basically what a real Mexican is, right? Like I know you guys have been probably doing this for generations and generations and generations, probably before pre-Hispanic times, right? And,
but not as good as me.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix your problems, and him fixing it is like, oh, this looks pretty bad. Shit. And then it cuts to like another animal and then it's like the dog, the sheriff shows up. He's like,
it'll be fine. And he's just
that was a very funny scene, the sheriff, where he's like, hey, I'm
the sheriff kept coming in. He was supposed to be like the villain, like,
right.
Oh, he's keeping track of him. Oh, he's keeping track of him. And then he's like, my dog is actually, it turns out he's sick.
¿Quién es? ¿Qué hace por aquí? ¿Qué es su trabajo? ¿Tiene licencia?
He wants to know who are you. What's your business? Do you have a licencia?
Well, these people want me to take care of some of their animals. People seem to think I have a knack with that.
Ayuda al perro o se enojar mi esposa. No es bueno cuando está enojada. Ni para ti tampoco.
He said help the dog. His wife will be very angry.
Yeah?
He said it's not good when she's angry.
She'll be angry?
Not for you either.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It's pretty good. I don't know how to cure old.
Yeah, he's
but
like,
you gotta cure him or my wife is gonna eat your pussy or some shit like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a note on that when y'all are ready.
Do it.
Do it.
So Clint Layswood is aware of oldness, also can recognize it in a dog, but decided to write this movie anyway,
Exactly.
in spite of his insane age.
He sees it in everything except himself, and so does everyone else in the movie, right? That's the collective delusion.
Except him.
Right?
Yeah.
Or maybe the comment wasn't for the dog. You know, he was just like, what he had to do to cure that dog was run a mile, and he was like, I can't cure oldness, bro. Like, I can't become young to run that mile.
Also, I had a couple notes on top of that. Everyone in this movie is a piece of shit except Clint Eastwood. Again, this kid is a faggot. This is the second time I say that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I bet this old man and this kid are going to fuck dirty style after he slams his old plums onto this shockingly young grandma.
Oh, my God.
Yes, sir. It was a threesome with the fucking lady Marta was her name, right?
Yeah, Marta.
Yep.
Yeah, and he does want her. He does want this one because she's super nice. And so she cooks for them,
and
then
dresses like La India Maria.
Yeah. Also, she doesn't get as wet, so it's not going to destroy his penis.
Right. She might be just equally as dry, but not so. Like I mean, she's fucking hot, dude. She was a hot old lady. She's very pretty.
Well, yeah.
That's Servando's type. No
Hell
doubt.
yeah, man. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
She looked like that lady Chabela, bro, from that bit, you know, where she's crying to the padre.
What?
You know what I mean? From fucking that comedy show La Hora Pico. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea, man. You're too Mexican. You're
valiendo verga, bro.
Hora
Get out of
Pico.
here
I
with
need to
your
check
bullshit.
that shit out. Send it to me.
So Yen Raza, bro.
Yeah,
It's this bit, right? It's this bit. It's this nun, and she just shows up like sobbing uncontrollably to confession. And the father, right? He's sick of his shit. The priest, he's sick of her shit. He's like, no, I don't want to hear your shit. You're always fucking saying some stupid ass shit. And she's like, no, I gotta tell you. And he's like, all right. He gives in, right? And then she tells him a story that sounds like a double entendre to like her sucking a dick. And then it turns out that she was watering flowers on Sunday. And then he's like, that's not a sin, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. That's the whole bit. It's that over and over again.
And he was just like jerking off while like when she was telling the story.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. He like it's the reaction of the priest, right? He's like, oh, God forbid. Oh, why would you be doing that? And he's like, presinándose, and she's describing this dirty ass scene. Well, she looks like that, but darker with a unibrow. That's right.
God, good lord. Whatever. So then the cops show up. The federales show up, right? And they've said that they say the words that they've developed a bond, right? Like they say it to each other, which is hilarious.
You've done it.
Yeah, like I like you, and the kids are like, "You're not as bad as I thought you were," or some shit, right?
Turns out you're not gonna rape me. I'm gonna.
And then they just fuck.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna consent. Have at it, old man.
Yeah, and he's just spread eagle, man. Just
with that little boy
like,
pussy.
He's just like some Michael Jackson shit, right? Like just staring at his butthole.
Spread it while I
staring at butthole.
Yeah.
Good lord. So then they leave,
movie,
right? They take off after.
He's like, we gotta leave, and she's like, you're not gonna say goodbye. He's like, I can't. I'm leaving. Bye.
Yeah, and then she's like crying, and she's like, you're a good man, Mike.
Context. Something we met at this point. He had called the kid's dad, and it turns out that he only wants him because he has stocks in Manzana that can only be cashed in Mexico.
Yeah. Right, like he had gone in halvesies with his mom, and he says the words, the investments have matured, which is hilarious.
Yeah, he bought some children.
He just wants to rent the little boy to get fucked, just like the mom was doing.
And,
so she's got a mansion. She had her own Epstein Island going on.
And then there's that's introduced, like fucking Clint Eastwood tells him, like, hey, your dad just wants to use you as some sort of leverage. And then the kids are like, you liar. You lied to me.
Look, kid, there's something I didn't tell you the other day when we talked. It's about your dad. Yeah, I mean, he wants you to come be with him and everything. But there's another reason, and that's because your mother and he have some investments together. And he thinks if you're with him up in Texas, that she'll give him half of all the investments.
So you lied?
No, I didn't lie. I just didn't know at the time, that's all.
Bullshit. Hundreds of horses, cattle, a ranch. He's on rodeo.
Yeah, that's all true, kid. That's all true. He has all that. You're gonna love it there.
How could he? How could you?
No.
I should have never trusted you.
To be fair, he did lie, and he was just gaslighting that kid. He was like, "No, I didn't. He lied to both of us." Like, no, he didn't, you motherfucker. You knew. You knew like 3 weeks before.
Yeah, he did know 3 weeks before he broke it to the kid.
Right.
He's like, hey, by the way, I got a secret. This is all bullshit.
Yeah, your dad's just gonna use you as a pawn, man.
It turns out You're a piggy bank.
Yeah. And then he's like, so what do you want to do, kid? And then the kid's like, well, he runs off, and then that's when...
Yes, the kid established that he loves the place they're currently in.
Yeah, they both do. And then, like, we're like, it's almost like Clint Eastwood's fighting the plot, right? Like, the plot is the plot is going towards they're both going to stay there, right? And then Clint Eastwood's like, hey, guess what, man? Your dad fucking thinks you're a little bitch and he fucking hates you. He's just going to use you as a fucking tool, man.
Yeah.
And then the kid's like, whoa,
man. We should just stay here.
Yeah. And then the kid's like, oh, no, this is awful. You lied to me. And he's like, nah, man, he lied to us, bro. I mean, I just came in you. It should be fine, right? We're cool now.
Can I say that Kevin nailed it and I see it a little more now? Everyone's a piece of shit except Clint Eastwood.
Yeah,
except Clint Eastwood. Hello? Think about it. Look, serve. Just think about it for a second and name all the villains in the movie. The police, the dude who hired, the sheriff, right? The guy's dad, the little kid, the crazy mom. All of them are villains.
Dude, the horse is a villain. He has to break it.
And then the kid runs off, right? And then the cops show up after they hid away from them. And then the cops are like, hey, you guys, where are the drugs? And they're all like, drugs? I don't know what you're talking about. And then they start going through shit. And then, like Kevin was saying, throughout the whole sequence, fucking Clint Eastwood was just talking mad shit to these guys.
The maddest shit.
He's just like, fucking Mickey Mouse piece of shit cops. Fucking rent cops.
Yeah, like,
fucking
dude,
fake ass cops. He's just, dude. These people kill people like regularly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, all they need to do is like look left, and a cartel will behead you.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
so he's talking mad shit, and then they find nothing.
I guess they were just all pussies back then.
Right, for the sake of the movie, right?
Yeah.
So he's talking mad shit, like they tear everything up, and he's all like, "Are you gonna fucking help us put our shit back in the car or not?" And the cops are like, "Whatever, dude."
Old white line.
And then they tell the kid, he's like, "You know what, man? I don't understand why you ran. Why did you run?" And he's like, I don't fucking know. Here's some money." And then the cops like, "Cool, laters." And then they leave, right? And then they put the shit back, and Clint Eastwood's all like, "So what do you want to do, kid? You can go back with me, or you Dwight Yoakam." And
wait, that bit where he was cussing the fucking cops out, bro. They just forgot to cut the movie. He was just telling off the actors, like they weren't doing a good job. And they were like, no, keep that in. This is really good acting. It's like the first acting we got in the movie.
Finally, some decent acting, right?
And they were like, oh, fuck. It was silent. Like Clint Eastwood didn't even know that made the cut.
Right. Yeah. Well, he doesn't know what happened yesterday. So
he doesn't know what time it is right now.
So then, they're driving off, and the kid's like, "You know what, man? Like, I know that you told me that my father's just using me as a tool, as leverage to get something out of my mom, but god damn it, I still want to go." And
after he established he fucking liked the farm they were staying
exactly in. Nothing.
Can I get
makes
this
sense.
next part?
Go.
Boom! Rammed off the road.
Yes.
Also, Clint
he should have fucking died. He died.
Yeah,
that's what I said, bro.
I put ran off the road and lives. He's made of Metamucil and literal bone meal.
How? the friend I was watching the movie with, I'm like, bro, there's no way that nigga didn't die.
No. Dude, honestly, every other scene should have killed this man, 100%. The cop showing up to the cockfight, the fear, just like the jolt of blood pressure would have killed him. He would have exploded. He would have
sleeping on the hardwood bench in that chapel, bro.
Even before that, when he slept that night, the frio of the fucking Mexican desert would have fucking killed this man. Dude, every other scene, he should die.
Changing in that room, he would have strangled himself with the clothes.
He would have.
Oh God! Is this how Clint Eastwood goes down, choking on a shirt?
Eating any of that woman's Mexican food, bro. He tries the salsa and his fucking eyes burn off of his face.
Not even, dude. Like he just shows up and breathes the Mexican air, and
there's no freedom
dude, like,
here.
dude, no man, like his asshole prolapses and he shits his guts out.
My God, where's the freedom?
Nothing down here is edible.
Yeah,
just consumes himself. He just turns into. It's like a black hole. He just eats it.
Where's the nearest Whole Foods?
Yeah, exactly. So then the second or third instance of the complete incompetence of the fucking the ghouls, the henchmen.
Oh my God.
They come out and then he's all like, "Hey Mike, remember me? I have this gun to the kid now." And then the chicken fucking pops out and like fucking beats his ass.
All right, no, hang on, sir. Right, because there's validity to roosters being scary and like actually attacking. There's a lot of it. Now picture this, Armando. How scared would you be if you step out of your house? You had nobody cared about this rooster. Right, and you had a gun on you.
I would shoot the rooster.
How scared would you be?
I would shoot the rooster.
That's it. That's literally. Now, I'm really good at calling what's going to happen next in movies. I just have a knack for it. I'm like, right. I'll call it like moments ahead or even hours ahead sometimes, right? And I'm like, oh, this movie's called Cry Macho. The henchman kills the rooster. Clint Eastwood beats the henchman up. Cry Macho.
Cry Macho.
Roll credits.
We all cry.
Like, that's
we
what's
all
gonna
cry
happen.
for Macho. Yeah.
We all cry for Macho. Exactly. That was the big lead up. This rooster was this kid's best friend. And we're gonna cry when he dies, right? That's the big thing. And he fucking lived. Yeah. The rooster just beat him up and de-armed him. He fucking Chuck Norris the henchman, right?
Dude, the rooster's the title character.
Yeah.
Of course he kicked the henchman's ass.
That's true.
They paid the rooster more than Clint Eastwood, bro.
Yeah. They paid him in corn, and it was still more.
Yeah.
And it was still more. They paid him more than the kid, and they also paid the kid in corn.
Yeah. You'll have your corn to the rooster. Like, what?
Yeah, half your corn belongs to the rooster. It was that was the agreement.
Let's be honest, he carried you in acting, bro. Remember that bit where you put your arm out and he flew at you and he landed on your shoulder?
Dude,
roosters are not tameable.
Dude, that kid was.
I put Mexican cock tricks on full display when that happened.
Dude, like. That kid was just such a shitty fucking actor, dude.
The only time that he seemed like a viable actor were in the moments where he was like, "I know mames," right? Yeah, those moments were the actual best, and even then they were subpar, bro. It sounded like they belonged in La Rosa de Guadalupe, bro.
All right, you guys. We're nearing the end of the movie.
Yes. So then, the rooster beats up the fucking henchman. And
let that sink in. Just wait. Just say it and let there be silence. Just as the rooster beats up the henchman with a gun.
Right.
And disarms.
Yes. They leave in the henchman's car. They're thrusting towards the border. They get there, and there he is in all his glory. Dwight Yoakam in a fucking trench coat.
In a dope ass trench coat, bro. I pointed that out when I was watching the movie. I was like, that trench coat hard as fuck.
While it's like 300 degrees, right? And then
but
it's
literally
like,
the dopest character in that moment on the whole screen.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. He shows up. The kid's like, "Take my chicken, take macho," and then fucking.
Which was so out of character. Clint Eastwood never fucking liked that chicken.
He hated it, and he goes, "He might be dinner sometime. You know where we are, kid. Also, good luck with the whole your dad's just using you as a tool. Goodbye." Credits. Yeah. And that's the end of the fucking movie.
Hold on. Let me get my fucking thoughts.
And when Clint Eastwood goes back to Mexico.
Hold on, yeah. My thoughts were, where the fuck is this old man going? Is he gonna live in Mexico?
Yes.
And then the next thing I put is the only thing this fucking movie's missing is an all-out gunfight where Mike and Macho fuck that grandma in the middle and blowing away some punk with a 357 Magnum. That's it. That's the only thing this movie needed. Also, the kid died. Because, like, it doesn't make sense. The kid should have died.
Well, the kid...
The rooster should have died, bro. The rooster needed to fucking die.
The rooster goes off in the sunset with Mike, and the kid is the fucking corpse. That's what we need.
I would say that the rooster dies and the kid ends up living in the town with Mike.
But you guys don't understand. Mexicans don't matter. That's the moral of the story.
Clint Eastwood had a fucking gun, bro. The movie, if you want a good movie, the rooster died back in the fucking, like, the henchman incident. And Clint Eastwood, at the moment of turning in the kid to his dad, shoots his dad in the head and they go back to Mexico. That's it.
You know
best
what?
movie.
You know what?
Best fucking movie.
No. You say best movie, but I'll give you an even better movie. The rooster turns into the gun he uses to kill his dad.
Alien.
And shoot, like it does the old Transformers noise, and he just blasts him. His head explodes.
And it doesn't make a gunshot. It's like when it shoots the fucking.
Exactly. Yeah, and then his head explodes and it says Mike wins, like with the blood.
Oh boy.
Mike wins.
I guess we're going back to Mexico. We annexes the town into America.
I was okay. So I will say this: like when I saw this movie, you know, I was like,